excited to be here in Le Mans? Did you choose this for a precise reason?
Yeah, it's funny, 4 years ago I wasn't racing and I came here, loved the event, and I said to a friend, I got to race the track one day, and didn't think, and yeah, 4 years later, so it's really a bit of a dream. It's great.
Very good morning and welcome to Le Mans. Here we are for a very special round of the Ferrari Challenge. We were here a couple of years ago and we're back once again for another exciting round of the challenge, but to take place on this incredible 13.6 kilometre circuit as part of the incredible Le Mans 24-hour weekend. Alongside me, I'm delighted to welcome back former podium placer in the last time the Ferrari Challenge were here at Le Mans, and now racing in the 24-hour race in just a few hours' time. Howard Blank, welcome back.
It's a pleasure to be here. Absolutely. A great pleasure to be here with you again, Dave, and to see all my friends who are still doing the challenge.
Well, I have to say, you don't look as nervous as I thought you might with the big 24-hour race to come for you this afternoon. But, of course, for us now, we're going to be talking about the Ferrari Challenge as we see the big wheel on screen, such a focal part of the Le Mans weekend as all the spectators are here. Now, to let you know, just before the race gets underway, we had quite a shower and the track conditions are damp. It has stopped raining at the moment, but we are given the information from our friends in the pit lane that all the cars are going to be going out on wet weather tyres. No surprise there. And Howard, you made the point that, you know, a dry line, the racing line, may become dry, but the minute you put a wheel offline, you're in trouble. Yeah, absolutely. So
it's a bit dangerous.
It is a bit dangerous. Yeah.
Just slightly.
Okay, let's take you through the grid then. Here it is. Jeff Segal then on pole. Alongside him is Sergei Chukhanov. Then we see Giacomo Strata and Philippe Barron. Then it's Stefano Guy, Benedetto Marti, Alex Martin and Dario Carzo then are on. That's going to be an interesting row to watch from the start, that's for sure.
Especially going into the Dunlop.
Yes. Then we see Jacques Duyver and Estivniev on tour of the grid. Then it's Studenik and Mackenzie, another driver that's made the long trip to be part here. Boris Rotenberg, then Lorenzo Casse. Lorenzo, of course, also taking part in the 24-hour race. Then it's Saria and David Gosner is P16. Rizzuto, Giannoni, 17 and 18. Dirk Adamski then had some success this year in Copa-Shell, P19, with Alexis Di Bernardi alongside in P20, the Luxembourg driver. Vincenzo Sauto, who's also had some success this year, 64 years of age. Eric Prenot, his former teammate, alongside. Then it's Hrubesch and Philippe Barreros, Socio Del Pret and Galassi. Then it's Mehi and Roger Eder. Roger Eder driving for the Garage Itec team. As we continue down this big grid, Kukuka and Andre Lebed. Then we see the Shark's Teeth of von Skeltemar, P31. Eric Chung, then, good friend in P32. Then it's Tommy Lindroth and Rick Love at 33, 34. Stovicek is P35 with the hat-wearing Daniel Quensley alongside. Then we see Diamato and Rupert Martin on row 19. Oscar Hernandez alongside. Holger Langer is on row 21 with Scheider alongside, with Max Bianchi and Daniel Mancinelli right at the back of the grid. There you can see the guys in the safety car making sure that the cars grid up in the correct order. And once the race steward and the safety car are happy with the way the grid is looking, then the cars will be pulling off.
I think he was showing the same indication that he's going to be pulling off after the second chicane.
Now we've got cars diving into the pit lane already. Alex Martin is one of those. So
they may be going on to slicks already.
Alexis Di Bernardi is one that's coming into the pits as well. So the safety car is coming in. The race is going to get underway. An awful lot of cars are in the pit lane. They're going to swap over onto slick tyres. So here we go then. We get a green and we go away and racing. It is the Ferrari Challenge here at Le Mans. The clock counts down and it's Jeff Segal then from pole position. But he is under pressure from Sergei Chukhanov then. And taking the look around the outside. Just hope all these cars get away safely as we go into the first turn here. It is Segal that's leading. A number of cars are diving into the pit lane, and we've seen, I think that was Eric Prenot that's had an off. Distinctive colour scheme on Eric Prenot's car. Able to identify that quite easily, but already up into P2 is Philippe Barron, and challenging for the lead right now, Howard Blank. Philippe Barron The Ferrari Challenge Le Mans champion, he won it last time out here, already is in the lead in the space of just 3 or 4 corners.
No, he took the perfect line on all of them, and I don't even want to say close the door. He was in the right place at the right time, and just had the line.
So,
and the grip.
And the grip. So he is away and leading this race. Then it is Philippe Baron from Jeff Segal. Then it's Chukhanov who's down into 3rd place, and he's going to be challenged by Stefano Guy. There's Giacomo Strata. As we see, that looked like a piece of panel work off. Or was that a mirror, perhaps? Giacomo Strata then goes for a move.
I think there was some contact back at Dunlop.
Strata wasn't able to make that stick. He ran wide and went off the circuit there. Now, Stefano Guy is currently there in P4. There is the debris that we saw flying off a car. So there is our race leader, Philippe Baron, who's already built up a bit of a time. Dario Carzo just taking a look at the outside of Benedetto Marti. So Giacomo Strata has got past Marti. But now Strata again, just unable to hold on to the power in certain turns there, Howard. Yeah. And he's wrestling with that car.
Oh, absolutely, but the back on these cars is really nice. You need to slide a little bit to get the car into position for the next curve.
He's being sandwiched.
This is fantastic.
Absolutely
fantastic
being
racing.
Sandwiched. Giacomo Strata in the middle, Dario Carzo then down the inside. Dario Carzo, who leads the championship at the moment. A remarkable move there where we saw cars 3 abreast. Absolutely fantastic racing from the Ferrari Challenge. Philippe Baron, Jeff Segal, then it's Chukhanov in 3rd place. And that's an off.
I can't see who that is.
No, I couldn't either. There's our race leader going through, Philippe Baron.
Baron's out in front. Going into to the Mulsanne curve. It was who was going to be and who was going to break first or last, for that matter.
Well, Philippe Baron absolutely determined to retain that trophy of and the honour, if you like, of winning the last time the Ferrari Challenge were here. He from the second row of the grid has made sure. You see Dirk Adamski there in the Autohaus Sargio 199 car.
All these cars are basically the same power, so any place that they're going to be able to pass it's going to be passing on the curves, how late they can brake, how well they can hold, how soon power, and that's where the race is going to be won or lost, for that matter. Stefano Guy's got a bit of a lead in front of him at the moment, and it lets him drive at his pace and just keep everybody at bay, but he's able to control his car and not have to worry about people.
That's Philippe Baron.
Sorry, Philippe Baron.
Who's leading the way. You're right. But yes, he is able now. He's building a comfort zone, isn't he?
Correct.
Now, earlier I called the fact that I thought Eric Prinot had gone around. I don't think it was Eric Prinot. Because he's showing on our timing screen as being down there in P12, and I don't think he'd have been able to turn it round that quickly. So here is our race leader then as he crosses the start-finish line, and it's going to be very interesting to see what he's built up in terms of a gap, a margin, a comfort zone over our second-place driver, but it is significant, really significant.
There's a big gap.
It is 11.197. That's incredible, isn't it?
And there are other drivers coming into the pit and probably going to be changing tires.
Yeah, Lorenzo Casse has pulled in. He's come into the pits. Also, Giacomo Strata. Now, Giacomo Strata we saw struggling to keep the car from whale-tailing, and he's going to go off wets and go on to slicks, which brave, I would have thought. But a number of cars have already come in and put those slick tyres on. We saw them dive in on the formation lap to change their tyres. Also coming in to change his tyres, we can see, is Oscar Hernandez, and so too is Rick Lubbert. So a lot of cars, coming in early. There is a mandatory pit stop, which is the pit stop window opens in.
There are the slicks.
Yeah, there they are.
And it's a risk. I mean, it's obvious that the slicks will go faster as they're on a dry line and they can hold the line. I would say probably you're going to see more of more of the pro, semi-pro drivers.
Yeah.
Pirelli, who have the guts to do it.
We will see how it develops over the course of the next 38 minutes or thereabouts. Over the course of the next 38 minutes or thereabouts, we have this Ferrari Challenge race. Then we're watching our second place driver at the moment, Jeff Segal, who's being chased by Sergei Chukhanov, who's at P3. Now there we saw Dario Carzo, I think, in P4, having got past Stefano Guy, I think. As we watch Giacomo Strata in the pits there. Also in the pits then, as I mentioned, we saw him diving in, is Rick Lovett.
And you see them, you can see them sliding all over the place.
There is Chukhanov.
You really need to hold on there.
I want to stick with this shot. There is Carzo, Dario Carzo, and surely that's Guy behind him.
I agree.
And Chukhanov goes for an overtake now. This is Chukhanov trying to wrestle away. P2 from Jeff Segal, Sergei Chukhanov, the Team Ukraine driver. Whoa, this is brave, isn't it?
Mirror to mirror.
You see the car just lock up under braking there of Jeff Segal.
But he had the line and
yes.
he was able to keep his position.
Now, as you say, the cars are absolutely identical, aren't they, in terms of... look at Dario Carzo. He has got past Stefano Guy.
And he's being very aggressive out there. And as long as he can hold on to it, that's fine. You can see the shots that they're showing on the chicane are absolutely fantastic, because you can see them moving the car. They intentionally want to have the car slide a little bit, because it sets up the next corner or the next line.
But now it will stay open until 35-second duration. Oh, von Skeltermar. Now, that looks like that's been brought about by contact, perhaps. As we lose the entire back end of his car, and that's Eric Prinot with a puncture. The MPI Nico driver, Eric now leads from Chukhanov.
Fantastic.
And Chukhanov really is sliding that car. I mean, he's using opposite lock, Howard, at speeds which are phenomenal. This is incredible stuff. Surely he's going to dive into the pits and get those tyres changed. As we see Eric Prinot, we saw him suffering from a puncture. He's been able to limp that Ineco MP car back into the pit lane as the team work really, really hard there, changing those tyres.
And putting slicks on as well.
Yep. So both Segal and Chukhanov are coming in now. So it's going to be a battle in the pit lane then. I
think he missed the chicane.
That was a real off for Segal there, wasn't it? Further down the order then, well, the racing is continuing, and see a spinner there. I think that's either Oliver Mayer or Peter Scheider. I think it was Oliver Mayer. Into the pits comes Jeff Segal then.
That's also slow.
So they've got 60
seconds.
Well, I'm just trying to understand the strategy here.
Are they having trouble lifting the car? Because they haven't put the jack on yet.
No, and the man right at the back of the car is where the air goes into the jacks, isn't it? There's Max Bianchi then. There's Giacomo Strata.
And I think his race is over.
It's a busy pit lane.
Driver change?
Yes, that's a driver change in the Kukuka car. It's Thomas Kukuka and Peter Vanko that share that car. Seem to be in a heck of a hurry to change those drivers. How they're in a bit of a chat there, weren't they?
It's a bit strange.
Right, there's Eric Prinot back out again.
We're going to have to wait until after the Seagull. Something seems to be a problem.
No, that's Gosner. That's David Gosner.
You can't tell the players about the scorecard.
But you're right. You're right. And here we've got a queue up in the pit lane because we've got the Vanko Kukuka car, and now in there is Jan Stovacek in the Scuderia Praha car. No Scheider.
Having a drink, having a little cocktail perhaps, just he's got his minute.
think that was wrong. But there we are. So in the meantime, then,
doesn't seem to be a lot of action at the moment.
no, it seemed really slow. Well, this has really changed the order, because now out there leading the race is Bianchi from Rizzuto. Then Alex Martin is in P3. Now you remember Alex Martin was one of those that came in very early on. In fact, off the back of the formation lap to change his tyres. So they're getting a wash and brush up is the Vanco Kukuka car. So Bianchi, Rizzuto, Martin, then it's Mackenzie.
Stabilize it. It helps the airflow through the back of the car, helps some of the downforce, and it's not going to be easy for him to continue driving with that thing flopping about.
So they're going through is Rizzuto then, who's dropping down the order. Rizzuto with a problem there. We can see him being overtaken at will here.
And he's being very polite and
yes,
getting people through and
yes,
not trying to hold the line.
The 1-2-4 car then with a problem. So let's recap the order here. Bianchi, Martin, then Vincenzo Sauto is up now to P3. Enzo Sauto, P3. Rizzuto is P4. Just saw Marcel Bertuzza dive into the pits in car 110 as we see one round there, Howard.
I couldn't see who it was.
No, me neither. Sadly, the camera didn't stick with us long enough for us to be able to identify who that car was.
You can see pieces are coming off of the bottom of his car at the moment.
It is Alex Martin then, the UK driver, who's also got a problem with his door, but that's the passenger side door. So Alex Martin then in the LED extra car then, he dived into the pits from the formation lap to change from wet weather tyres onto slicks. And at the moment, you have to say, with him leading this race, it was an inspired choice.
Absolutely. Risky, but inspired.
So there is Stefano Guy then, who is in front of Chukhanov now, despite Chukhanov doing his best. And that's where Chukhanov went off and went wide, and that was how Stefano was able to get back and wrestle that place back. But they've been fighting lap after. It's been absolutely brilliant to watch.
Great racing. Chekhov went off. Where he went off, he went very wide because there are these grooves that will just destroy, absolutely destroy the suspension of the car.
Now there's the Danielle and Renato D'Amato car as our race leader goes past. Now that looks, is that just a puncture there on the
puncture, I think, in the right rear?
I thought it was one of the fronts, but you might be right.
We need a bigger screen in there.
I think either you or I need glasses, probably me more than you. Right, Alex Martin leads this race then. There's Chukhanov and Guy once again now. They're in P8 and P9 at the moment. We've got Martin Studenik. Then it's Jacques Duyver, another Stratstone driver in P3. Lorenzo Casse then will be taking part in the 24-hour races up to P4. Oh, and Stefano Guy loses it. He has lost it. He's spun there. Oh, my goodness me.
That was dangerous. That was dangerous.
He pulled that car out right in front.
Did it wobble?
Under braking, got a bit of a whale tail on, didn't it? And then he was just not able to hold it. Not touched at all by Chukhanov. Just backs into the barrier there, but then his recovery as he pulled out was, wow. I think the real race is going to be now between Alex Martin, who took that inspired stop early on, and Chukhanov, because the drivers in front, as being shown on our timing screen at the moment, presumably
have not had their pit stops.
So at last we get to the bottom of the in its own world timing screen as we see Takak and Studenik there. So it is the Ferrari Challenge. We've got under 15 minutes left to run in this race here at Le Mans.
And when does the pit lane close?
was a
10 minutes?
Yeah,
So
15.
another 4 minutes left, with 3 minutes.
There's between 10 and 35 minutes duration
So
into the race.
another 4.5 minutes left. The window's going to be open.
There's a dive up.
Just watching out the window, the people in this rubber band ball going up in the air. I don't know how they do that.
No, bonkers. Right, Ferrari Challenge here at Le Mans. So in car 6-0 then, Jacques Duyver, the Stratstone Ferrari driver, who at the moment is showing in P2. Studenik then is P1. Lorenzo Cassé P3, and there out is Eric Chung, and also out is Rupert Martin. Alex Martin's father, Rupert Martin, is off.
Yeah, a bit of a fender bender.
Yep. So Eric and Rupert having a coming together there. Looks like Eric should potentially be able to recover from that. P1, it's UK. P2, and then in P3, it's Benedetto Marti.
Oh, that's fantastic for Benedetto.
It looks like Diver literally diving off there. Oh, just avoiding that tyre wall. Challenge here at Le Mans. Sergei Chukhanov then for Ferrari Team Ukraina. He's going to be bringing this car home and heading for the checkered flag, and what a momentous victory this is going to be for one of the hard-working teams in the paddock of the Ferrari Challenge. Always good-natured, always full of fun and laughter, that when it matters most, the driver out there on track delivers. As he goes through the final turn now and heads up towards the checkered flag to take the win here at Le Mans for the Ferrari Challenge. It is Sergei Chukhanov. He flashes his lights as the checkered flag is in sight.
He's a happy little camper.
Absolutely brilliant stuff from Sergei Chukhanov. Now Alex Martin crosses the line on track P2, but time penalty to be added. Then it's Benedetto Marti, then it's Jeff Segal. And here comes Vincenzo Sauter, another one with a time penalty to be added. So the order is going to be Chukhanov, Benedetto Marti, then Jeff Segal, with Alex Martin taking P4.
That's a pity for Alex.
Yes, it is. Just missing out on